Good morning, New Canaan High School.
Hello everyone, I'm Schaefer Jones coming to you live for the first time behind the big desk. Today is Friday, May 26th and a day B. First, let's start things off with a big shout out to everyone who helped out last night at the film festival. Such a great night.
And I'm Dominic Maitino, also making my debut as main anchor. Since we didn't have a broadcast last week, we have plenty of announcements to get to, but first, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With Dr. LeDuc retiring at the end of the year, NCHS is glad to identify Dave Gussich as our new assistant principal. We spoke with Principal Egan to find out more about the process and what Mr. Gussich will bring to our school.
There were over 112 applicants for the assistant principal position. I mean, New Canaan's a very sought-after community to work in, so we really get the best group of candidates to be able to come out. And the big committee, there were over 15, well, there were 15 people on the committee, and that group narrowed down the choices, and we were able to get to Mr. Gussich as our candidate. You know, I think truly people are going to love his energy and enthusiasm.
Thank you, Mr. Egan. I think I speak for all of us when I say I'm excited to welcome in Mr. Gussich next fall.
Speaking of new leading positions, the end of the year is right around the corner. This means it's time to elect next year's student leaders. Next Wednesday, the official candidates and their videos will be shown during Connections. Voting will then open online from May 31st through June 7th. We'll be sure to announce those winners next week, so good luck to all of the candidates.
Last Thursday, the NCHS B Club hosted a fundraiser to raise money and awareness for their foundation. NCTV, as always, had a camera on the scene, so let's go ahead and take a look.
We're mostly focused on helping the community, educating, getting our own beehives. And as you know, bees are dying at an alarming rate. And what they do so much for us, the food that most of the food that we eat, most of the flowers that we see, we really would not be able to survive without the bees. Between high school students, parents, and local community members, we have over 150 members. And actually, what you guys can do to help us out, try to get that number up, is go to ncbfoundation.org. Please go to that website and check out the features. You can donate, you can get a shirt, you can get bees yourself too, you can find out more about us. You can just look at pictures if you want, but just please try to go to that website. 2, 3. Thank you all for coming. Save the bees.
Congrats on an overall successful night as the club raised over $1,100 for the bees. Right on, guys.
Starting Tuesday, May 30th, the Student Coalition is hosting a pen drive. The pens will be donated through the Appia Foundation, which helps provide medical equipment to under-resourced areas such as Syrian refugee camps. The boxes will be located in all of the English classrooms throughout next week. Please be sure to show your support as it is a worthy cause.
Well, Don, Memorial Day is right around the corner, and I, for one, am looking forward to the parade and eating some great barbecue. But in this time of celebration, it's also important to think of all the brave men and women who have served our country.
Absolutely, Schaefer. I also can't wait to attend the Memorial Day parade and honor those who have kept our country safe. But with this rain, I sure hope it doesn't get canceled. To give us more information on our weekends, whether we go to Kaylin Mulcahy. Kaylin, how's it looking?
Thanks, guys. Glad to see you behind the desk. Now, while it seems like this past week was filled with nonstop rain and 50-degree temperatures, this weekend we'll get a bit of a break and at least see the sun, though showers will still linger on and off. Good morning, NCHS. I'm Caitlin Mulcahy, here to give you this weekend's weather. Now, today we'll have rain showers with temperatures reaching up to 71 degrees. Definitely a high compared to this chilly week. After that, the rain will move through, returning later on in the weekend. On Saturday, just like the song goes, the sun will come out tomorrow. Temperatures will be shifting only slightly with a high of 72 and a low of 55. Now, this will be the only day that there'll be sunshine, so make sure to get your barbecuing and picnics in. Moving on to Sunday, the clouds will return, bringing temperatures in the low 50s. Now, I know it won't be ideal weather, but that shouldn't stop you from getting outside. Finishing off the holiday weekend, Monday will once again be rainy with a high of 67 and a low of 57. Well, guys, even though conditions this weekend will be changing constantly, Schaefer and Dom, it looks like it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy this Memorial Day weekend despite the weather.
Yeah, will do, Caitlin. I definitely will be sitting back and relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, Dom, we've had our shot at the sport desk, but I think it's time to bring back some OG talent.
I agree, Schaefer. So let's see how our Rams are doing from the one and only, the main man, Quinn McMahon. How are our Rams looking, Quinn?
Well, Dom, things are getting pretty interesting for our Rams because playoff season is among us. But before we get into that, allow me to reintroduce myself. For the first time in a while, I am Quinn McMahon, and let's just say I'm pulling a Marshawn Lynch and came out of retirement, but instead of being in the backfield for the Raiders, I'm at this desk ready to give you the Rams Sports Report. Let's kick things off with some lax. The boys came into the FCAC tournament as a front-runner. However, they had an early exit as they fell to Wilton 9-7 in the first round. Despite the loss, the boys' season continues with the first round of states on May 31st versus the winner of Massac Avon. Good luck the rest of the way, guys. Last Monday, the 2-seeded girls lax team headed to Brian McMahon to face off against the 6-seeded Ridgefield Tigers in the semifinals of the FCAC tournament. The Tigers were just too much to handle as they took it 14-11. The road does not end here for the girls as their state tournament opener is Tuesday at home versus Fairfield Ward. Let's switch on over to a sport so nice they play on diamonds. The baseball team came into the FCAC tournament with the challenge of shutting down the Ridgefield Tigers. Despite some good pitching by their ace, Robbie Jones, the Tigers downed the Rams 5-3. Despite the loss, the guys will get right back into the swing of things with the state tournament starting on the 30th of May. Now, with the 2017 U.S. Rowing Youth National Championships just a few weeks away, the New Canaan crew teams took to the Northeast Youth Championships in Worcester, Massachusetts. Our Rams in the water won 5 medals, 3 gold, a silver, and a bronze, and that earned them the Scoling Points Trophy with 229 points. Congratulations, everyone, and good luck down in Florida for nationals. The boys' tennis team came into the FCAC tournament with high hopes after a stellar regular season. The Rams started hot by beating Ridgefield 4-1 to open the tournament and followed that performance by taking down the Greenwich Cardinals 4-2. This win meant for the first time since 2010, the Rams would compete in the championship match for the FCAC tournament, and the next opponent would be the first seed, undefeated, 3-time defending FCAC champs Staples Wreckers. Despite the Rams' valiant effort, they fell 4-2, but this is not the end as the state tournament is fast approaching. Now, last Thursday, the underclassmen had their annual gym volleyball tournament. The final matchup was between Team O'Connell and Team Granito. Team O'Connell looked to be the team to beat as they ran undefeated to the finals. Team Granito was an underdog squad as they had only 4 men throughout the whole tournament, but this one was still set to be a good matchup, so let's roll the tape. Before the game started, Quinton O'Connell greets the crowd with some pregame gestures. Team OC would continue with their foot on the pedal as team captain himself absolutely smashes it, showing Granito that's what his team's all about. Team Granito would not be quiet, however, as Nico Savini would get a sneaky ace to help the team stay in the game. Team O'Connell looked to get weaker and weaker as the game went on, as Team Granito would get some easy points adding to their lead. Now down 7, Ben Sarda would attempt to come back from the deficit, and it looked promising with his ace here. His efforts would not last, however, as despite all the battling, Team Granito would come out on top and win the chip. Captain Gunnar Granito definitely just proved he can do it all on and off the links. However, for you tradition, I would recommend sticking to football or lax because volleyball does not look so promising after this L. Now, as this most likely was my last broadcast of the year, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in to listen to me talk about sports for 10 minutes every Friday. Get excited for some new faces coming to you from the desk in a couple of weeks and next year. But for now, this has been Quinn McMahon. See you guys next year.
Thanks, Quinn, for a great year. It's been a blast working with you, and we'll all miss you behind the sports desk. Now, before we go, we would like to wish a very happy birthday to Spencer Handler, Ashlyn Pace, and Luke Stewart. This has been Dominic Maitino.
And I'm Schaefer Jones. If you have any announcements, be sure to email us at nctv78@gmail.com or tweet at us at nctv78 a week prior to the announcements. To honor those veterans who have served our country, we leave you with a slideshow created by Miss Moody's music tech class. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, NCHS.